What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the Dope. All right, man, look. Anthony Joshua, his next opponent can be either Andy Ruiz or Luis Ortiz. I'm going to talk about both. But I have something extremely important to consider, and I want my UK show business partners to consider this the most. Okay? And coffee. My bad, coffee. Okay, now, what can slow down what makes the Anthony Joshua versus Luis Ortiz fight difficult is the fact that Ortiz is with the PBC. So it's going to make those negotiations difficult, not impossible, but difficult. And I want everyone to consider this, especially my UK show business partners. That contract with Ortiz can very well be a bundle contract, including Deontay Wilder. I want you guys to really think about this, really consider this. Please, really consider this. It can be a bundle deal with Deontay Wilder included. Why? DAZN, they offered Deontay Wilder Brazil bundle deal with Anthony Joshua, 2 fights. Now, Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua, they want Ortiz. What stops the PBC from saying, yeah, you can have Ortiz, but I'm going to offer you the same deal, a bundle deal with Ortiz, Deontay Wilder, 2 fights. And here's the thing, we're not going to include how much Deontay Wilder is going to make. Now, I want you guys to consider this. I am, like I said, this channel and this community is meant to be unbiased. So I want you guys to try, if you can, just consider this idea. If the PBC come back and say, yeah, you can have Ortiz June 1st, but it's going to be a bundle deal, including Deontay Wilder, and guess what? Anthony Joshua, you're going to make this much for Ortiz and this much for Deontay Wilder and this much for the rematch. Okay, how much is Deontay Wilder going to make? That's not enclosed. If Anthony Joshua and their team decides to not take that deal, are we going to criticize Anthony Joshua the same way we criticize Deontay Wilder? I need to know. I need to know. I will, but I'm saying my community in the comments, we really got on Deontay Wilder, rightfully so. He ducked Anthony Joshua, in my opinion, okay? But if the shoe is now on the other foot, and Al Heyman, PBC, they offer that contract to Anthony Joshua, what are we going to do as fans? Are we going to keep it real? Are we going to keep it unbiased? Are we going to keep it consistent? Are we going to say Anthony Joshua? Now, everything that we thought Deontay Wilder did wrong, we want you to do the opposite and do it right. Because I'm telling you, as fans, our concern should not be who won in the negotiations, but more so, when is the fight? That's why I was mad at Deontay Wilder. Hey, you stopped me from seeing the Anthony Joshua Deontay Wilder fight. That was my main concern. Not how much he was getting paid. Not what was all in the contract. I can care less. I get none of that money. I wanted to see the fight. Okay? Now, if the shoe's on the other foot, instead of Brazil, we got Ortiz. Instead of Anthony Joshua's Deontay Wilder twice. If the shoe is on the other foot, are we going to criticize Anthony Joshua if he says no? Be ready. Be ready, because they're negotiating with Ortiz now. And if they say, nah, we're going to go with Andy Ruiz, and you want to know why, and PBC and Al Heyman, and they release their statement saying, hey, we offered them the same deal they offered us. They said no. Fans, we got to do our job. We got to do our job. That's all I want to say. That's all I'm going to wipe my hands with it. That's all I want to say. Now, let's talk Ruiz. Ruiz is a good fighter. That's a good fighter for June 1st. That's a good fighter. Now, I didn't know that he fought Saturday. I didn't know. I was watching the undercard for Terrence Crawford versus Amir Khan. I was watching that. And I kept seeing in the comments like, what do you think about Ruiz? I'm like, I mean, what, really? But I just I didn't have a thought on it because I knew he was fighting soon, but I didn't know he was fighting then, okay? Come to find out, he won by KO. My man didn't come out the corner. But let me tell you something about Ruiz. He's a good fighter. He doesn't look the part. He doesn't look, okay, Big Baby Miller, big guy, Mohawk from New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? He has that, you know, you can hype up the fight, just his stature, 300 something pounds. Like, you know, you can hype up the fight. But as far as a fighter, Ruiz is better than Big Baby. He is better. Let me tell you, dude, Ruiz, he beat Joseph Parker. Watch that fight. He beat Joseph Parker clean. What happened was Joseph Parker, he came on late, around the 11th, 12th round, something like that. He took like the 11th and 12th, if the 11th. He definitely took the 12th to me. But Ruiz beat him clean. They gave Joseph Parker the nod. That's the only loss Ruiz got. Hey, that dude can box. If you don't know him, he looks sloppy. He doesn't look like much. It's kind of like Adam Kaunaki. You know what I'm saying? But he has great hand movement, a good steady jab, and power. That dude's nice, man. I think Anthony Joshua will beat him, but I think he's a better fighter than Big Baby Miller. It's just that he doesn't have that marketing type of power that Big Baby Miller was able to possess with the push, the shades, the whole, you know, the Mohawk, looking the part. You know what I'm saying? But as far as a fighter, Ruiz got that, man. I'm not mad at that at all. I wouldn't want the Michael Hunter fight. I'm not feeling that. You know, I just, too green for me. But for June 1st, I would take Ortiz, Ruiz for Anthony Joshua. I'm feeling that. But back to my original point with Ortiz, we're going to have to hold these fighters accountable for us not getting our fights now, or their team. I know the fighters want to fight, okay? Anthony Joshua, I don't see him as a coward, but I'm telling you, I'm going to be consistent. ShowBizz, the dope. That's why you come here. That's why this community is strong. And if you disagree with me, look, I don't delete comments unless it's racist or just completely disrespectful. But if you disagree with me, that's the only way we can grow as a community, okay, and figure out this boxing thing. I'm out. Huh.